While, but all week, almost every weekday this week, it's been over 100 degrees.
Ooh. You know what? I think you take the cake, but it's very humid here.
Oh, humidity sucks. Humidity does suck.
Humidity is worse than dry heat. I'd rather take 300 degrees dry heat than
Pick your next temperature carefully because you're dead at 300 degrees dry heat.
I was going to say 225 degrees with humidity, because I'd be just soaked.
Alright, well...
Alrighty. You can take this one, mister.
Here we have Whirlwind as the map that the Terran player picked. We have spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, the green Terran. Down 1-0 in this series, we have NOFX. In the top left corner.
NOFX.
NOFX. We need the GSL voice that automatically does it for us.
NOFX.
NOFX!
Right.
Spawning in the... It's hard to do that with a word that ends in X. So, spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss. We have Pox, or POX, here.
POX. Alrighty, so this is going to be another PvT. This is a pretty macro-intensive map on Whirlwind, but then again, any map you could do any shenanigans on. Especially if you're Protoss, all you need is a forward pylon. This could be pretty exciting. Saying the fact that we saw the Blinkstalker aggression against NOFX, and it was successful, falling up to DTs. Here's a little bit of lag for the first game. Pretty upsetting. What do you think the Terran's going to do this time?
Well, judging by this gas first, I'm calling shenanigans.
Well, Reapers, but gas first before barracks. You're correct, actually. Do you think double barracks Reaper harass?
I'm not sure.
Or maybe just quick Hellions to be an asshole.
Hellions have not been used very recently in this matchup. Hellions are very rare in this matchup nowadays.
I beg to differ, though. They are really good at sniping probes and getting around in thirds and naturals. So I've seen a little bit of Hellion aggression. Obviously, it's not the main thing, because Stalkers are the counter to Hellions. But then again, I have seen it, and they're really strong. Looks like the barracks is going down. Go on.
With the ability those Hellions have once they get the upgrade to morph into fire bats, it could be possible that he could be going Hellions and then turning them into fire bats to tank zealots. That's a possibility, but I don't think it's very likely. I wouldn't put it past him, but I don't think it's very likely.
That's so true. Although I don't think mech is a good answer for Protoss. It's like I said, Hellions is more for map control and just a little bit of aggression here and there if it's going to turn into a macro game. So perhaps maybe he wants a macro game.
I'm thinking it's going to be mech. Judging by the speed of this factory, I'm thinking mech. We see the reactor going down, so this will either be Hellbats or it'll be Hellions. Not sure. Hellions would be a good choice to get some scouting information.
And have your presence on the map, especially with an aggressive player like POX. Maybe find like the probe coming down for that forward pylon.
Yep,
there you go.
That's very, very possible. We have this SCV just kind of running around the base, scouting everything out. Robotics facility rather going down. Terran player scouts it. So this factory and the barracks are now swapping. We'll see what comes out of this reacted barracks. No armory on the map, so it looks like it will be either Hellions or Widow Mines. Hellions!
I called. Never mind. So, so the Stalker is on the map, though. Could really fort off any amount of Hellion pressure, but if ran past, could still be some devastating damage.
Very true. I believe it's one Hellion. If you have two Hellions, it's one shot to kill workers. I think.
Yeah, I think it takes about
14 versus light. Totals up to 28 damage. And that's not enough. So it'll be 2 shots.
Yep. So three shots from each, but 2 shots.
The location of the Stalker right now means that these Hellions are going to be able to run right past without having any units in the way. Since that Stalker is so far away from the base chasing the SCV, and these Hellions are just going to walk into the base and
do some damage. And you know what's good against Hellions?
probes.
What's probes? But not really, because look, those probes are going to be doing some roasting of themselves. So this is not looking good for our Protoss player. He's completely out of position.
The Stalker's running back, and even if no workers were killed here, of course, plenty of workers being killed, it wouldn't matter at all here because of all the mining time gone from 200 minerals. More workers clumping up right now. 14 worker kills so far. 22 workers to 11 workers.
He was planning on some 9-minute Colossus aggression.
Yeah, but that robotics bay was cancelled. Gateway tech now just finishing. The issue with that was he made an observer instead of an immortal. His Stalker was out of his base, and his gateway tech was not even halfway done when those Hellions came in, and it just did so much more damage than it should have.
Well, he chronoed his workers. He didn't get to chrono his immortal or observer to get anything out after that. So this is 15 workers killed for NOFX. So he's looking pretty good right now.
Oh yeah, certainly, especially with the mule advantage as well. The advantage that the Protoss has here is no expansion started for the Terran player, while the Protoss's expansion is already completed. We have 3 Widow Mines on the map, as well as a tank and a medevac. We may be seeing a 1-base mech push coming out of the Terran player really soon.
No, this is going to be a drop right now in the main POX, so this is looking worse for POX, as the aggression never ceases to stop. Looks like the Widow Mine's going to stop the mining just for a little bit, but because
Widow Mine
there's an
is going to burrow. Where is that observer? The observer is all the way on the other side of the map.
Ooh, look at that. There's another Widow Mine in the natural of POX. Looks like the medevac is going to pick that back up again.
2 worker kills from the Widow Mines there. Nothing huge. The Widow Mine in the main moving, picking up, reburrowing. That Widow Mine right there has 1 kill on it. The other Widow Mine also has 1 kill on it. And an observer now being chrono boosted out. We see a Raven on the map, as well as a handful of Marines, a tank, a couple Widow Mines. Still 1 base for the Terran player.
But look at this. There's not a lot of... I mean, at this point, POX is almost behind. He's getting forwarded in all directions. It looks like now there's an observer observing all the Widow Mine deaths that he could possibly can. These probes from the natural could be pulled to the main. This could be pretty... I mean, this is not looking good. There's a lot of lost mining time for POX. And he doesn't want that.
Oh yeah, lots and lots of lost mining time. Lots of dead workers there. The worker count is now relatively even, but with mules that still has it in the Terran's advantage. I guess having the 2 base saturation is very helpful. But we have the Terran player moving out with a lot of SCVs, as well as his entire army. This push could just seal the deal right here.
This was the all-in that he needs. I mean, all that's left is all the Protoss has is really 1 gate with warp gate technology, 3 stalkers and a sentry. This isn't going to be enough. I mean,
it is not.
He doesn't even have a mothership core. He couldn't afford it. Look at that, though. More aggression in the natural. Ooh, clumping up probes. Tons of probes getting to the death. And NOFX takes this. So it's a tight series.
Yeah, that Widow Mine in the main there getting 10 more worker kills. That knocked it down to 22 to 31. He didn't even see the army by the time he left the game. He just realized how far behind he was and knew there was no way to come back from that.